There are hotbeds for UFO sightings around the world, and many involve military installations. Somerset, England, with its peaceful rolling hills and beautiful countryside, is not one of them. Yet, hundreds of sightings have been witnessed there and recorded. Let's explore. Hi everyone, and welcome to Project BLuebook, where we explore all things unidentified. I am Thor, and thanks for tuning in. Somerset County sits at the southwestern edge of England. It's an unlikely hotbed of UFO activity, a peaceful countryside of rolling hills, adjacent to the Bristol Channel to the west and Wiltshire County to the east, boasting some of the most beautiful farmlands and quaint towns in all of England. Between 1997 and 2007, the UK government gathered and published over 200 cases of UFO sightings in and around Somerset, which makes it one of the richest locations for sightings in the entire British Isles. Curiously, it sits just west of Stonehenge and Wiltshire County, the Vale of Pewsey, which has been famous for crop circles for decades, and immediately to the west, across the Bristol Channel, sits the town of Penturk, Wales, where in 2016 multiple eyewitnesses saw aerial battles and military activity associated with UFOs, essentially fighting in the sky. Looking back east from Penturk, across the Bristol Channel, you're staring straight at Somerset, England. Both Wiltshire and Penturk are within 2 hours' drive from Somerset. It's all right there. Is it a coincidence, or is there a connection? We just don't know. On July 12, 2009, Callum Laird Houston, a resident of Bath, at 10 p.m. at night, caught one of the most published Somerset videos showing fantastic lights and bizarre movements in the sky to the southwest towards the Bristol Channel. It looked like fireworks or a meteor shower, only the objects seemed to defy gravity, have propulsion, and actively be both engaged and controlled, even evasive maneuvers, avoiding other lights over and over again. Callum, not a UFO buff at all, had a hard time describing what he saw. It defies any natural or man-made object he was aware of. The sighting lasted for 12 minutes between 10:03 and 10:15, and the object appeared to be directly above famous Route A363, south of Bath, where Sally in the Woods has reigned, a centuries-old ghost story of a girl who haunts travelers en route through the woods. Route A363 is famous for two more things. It has an incredibly high rate of car accidents, and some involve sightings of strange lights above and among the trees. And also, birds don't sing along A363. In the Folly Woods and its adjacent hills, it remains very quiet, and no one knows why. The visuals accompanying this episode show footage from multiple locations, shot by multiple people, and with various vantage points, representing hundreds of eyewitness accounts, essentially describing the same thing. On August 10, 1997, a yellow light was seen rising from Taunton. At first, it looked exactly like a streetlight, but then it rose, and it kept rising until it disappeared through the black hole in the sky, according to eyewitnesses. Almost exactly a year later, on August 16, 1998, in bright daylight, an object that looked like a yellow moon was seen in the sky, followed by a triangle of flashing lights and 3 silver balls following, moving in circles, roaring loudly, according to the people of Frome, England. On February 22, 1999, 2 objects hovering stationary were seen over Weston-super-Mare at 7:45 in the evening. Much brighter than any star in the sky, they remained stationary for minutes before blinking out. And on January 12, 2001, a Royal Air Force pilot reported a triangle flying slowly over Bath, and on June 10th, back at the Weston-super-Mare, a red glowing ball was spotted hanging in the air until it was accompanied by another ball, and then they both kept changing colors before disappearing. On March 2, 2002, at 8:40 p.m., again over Weston-super-Mare, 6 round shimmery spheres were seen racing across the night sky, witnessed by 12 or more people. And on June 28, 2003, at 11:22 p.m. over Glastonbury, a group of orange lights were seen moving slowly in a circular motion. On August 13, 2006, over Clevedon, a globe-shaped object, self-luminous, was seen fluttering erratically through the sky, as if it was having engine problems. It was silent and still, even if it was of a significant size, perhaps 2 to 3 times the size of the moon, as seen from the Earth. It moved erratically before just blinking out. And on February 10, 2009, over Weston-super-Mare at 10:45 at night, an orange-yellow object moved from northwest to southeast, no more than 1,000 feet up in the sky, followed by 3 more identical orange-yellow objects flying in formation without making a sound and without blinking navigation lights. They all kept going before disappearing into the distance. And on June 25, 2020, James Wheatley took this video of a silver cigar-shaped object seen above the Bristol Channel. The video was shot on the shores of Wales, at Dunster Beach, and as James tries to zoom and focus, it is clear that this object is just sitting there, hovering, and it is not a mirage of another ship, as has been suggested by debunkers, because the shape does not correlate to another tanker or any ship, ferry or otherwise. Besides, the ship clearly seen does not elevate, and it should if it were a mirage, because mirage illusions are not selective. Back on April 10, 2020, over Bath, Sarah Jeffries took this bizarre photo of what looks like a rocket falling from the sky, only this object fell slowly, as if either very lightweight or simply defying gravity with a counter-propulsion, perhaps, almost hitting the ground, but disappearing before it did. The stories go on and on and on. In 2010, Luna Cognita did an enhancement work on a video shot on July 4, 1998 by Rod Dickinson over Somerset to show a flying object stabilized within the video at various playback speeds. It helps us clearly understand this is a real object hovering in the clouds without means of propulsion, thrust, or other technology known to man. Further, as footage goes, this image could not have been altered or juxtaposed because the object itself keeps going in and out of focus along with its background, and the clouds going in and out of focus as well, meaning the object was there. It was real. Jeremy Fair shot a video nearly identical to that of Colin Houston. And what do you say when you have 2 video recordings of the same objects in the sky from 2 distinct vantage points? And on February 6, 2013, a nature photographer shot a photo of a flock of birds and accidentally caught these strange objects in the frame. This was during daytime, by the way, and even so, many of the maneuvers seem to match those nighttime videos recorded by Callum Houston. Houston's 2009 account teaches us something about how to look at the imperfect yet incredible footage gathered by so many. He said he knew that people would be skeptical even after seeing the video because of its low quality. He elaborated on how he tried hard to properly record the sighting, but the object kept disappearing and reappearing in a different location. It would split into 2 pieces and then come back together. It was dark and impossible to focus. This is a learning for all of us in evaluating and judging video footage. He goes on to say his camera had a horrible zoom feature and he was frustrated even as he kept filming. Quote, "I never realized how hard it is to film something like this, even with a modern HD smartphone." End quote. And he's right. It's dark, and the light capture therefore becomes grainy. The camera can't properly focus or hold focus as it tracks the moving object. And even as he was filming, he realized that this was going to be so bad that no one would believe it, even after seeing the footage. Quoting Callum, "Me and my girlfriend saw something in the sky pulling off impossible maneuvers. The video does not do justice to what we actually saw. I wish people could see what we saw and believe it was real, because it was." End quote. I encourage you to watch this over and over again and conclude on your own. I have, by way of exclusion, verified these are not wayward rockets, not meteors, not airplanes, propeller or jets, or helicopters, not drones, not fireworks, not flares, not balloons. And if you look closely, you can clearly see these are multiple separate objects, some chasing and possibly beaming something at the other objects. Yes, it's very real. You can watch and listen to this and other podcasts on Project BLuebook, where we explore all things unidentified. Each day, let's practice compassion and kindness. And please subscribe. I am Thor, and thanks for tuning in. See you next time.